All right, we're going to keep going with our Google Drawings here. We're going to show you how you can create a labeling activity to incorporate into your classroom. We'll show you two different ways that you can do it. One is using kind of a preloaded image, or and the second is how you can create one kind of from scratch. So we'll show you the preloaded option first, and then we'll go into the scratch piece. So this is a really simple activity that you can use with your kids. So we're going to focus on something that I've worked on with third grade before, which is our solar system. So we're going to use like I said, the preloaded one first. So I downloaded an image that had the blanks for our solar system. So found one that had all of our planets, and it had kind of the labeling part already done. Right, so a little distorted, but we still get the overall gist of what we're trying to do. So you notice we have our planets here in the middle, and we have our labels that we need to fill in here. So right off the bat, on our picture, we can't type in our boxes. Okay. However, this is the part where you get to kind of create and incorporate them doing either the actual filling in the labels or moving to the correct spot. So what you're going to do is you're just going to create text boxes for the amount that you need to label. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 different boxes that we would need to complete this activity. So essentially just create one box. We would copy until we get as many boxes as we needed. So the important thing here that we're going to need to do, and we kind of learned this from our Google Basics, is make sure that we change the border and the weight so that we can see the actual text boxes themselves. Because if not, it's going to be really difficult to kind of navigate and define and locate and do all the other stuff that we need to do. So like I said, we'll just do a couple here so you get this. So make sure that you change the border color and the weight of it so they can see the boxes over here. So once you have your activity here in the middle, way that you can complete this is, like I said, one or two different ways. First way is leaving these text boxes blank, so they're required to see kind of what they know by filling in the information. So they can double click and they can type in what they would need to do. Okay, another thing you can do is you can make this look a little better by figuring out how big your text boxes actually need to be and doing it that way. Okay, on the flip side is you can already have the word in there for the part or whatever you're trying to do, like the planets, and then they can just, move it over that way. So setting up the labeling activity is super, super simple. So the first option was using a pre-made labeling activity that has what you're trying to get and it has your blanks here. On the flip side is you can create this as well. So say we're still sticking with the solar system. We wanted to do the sun, right? So we could have a picture of, of the planet. And what you could do is use our line tool over here, and we'd still use a text box. So what we could do is we could have an arrow pointing to our shape. Same thing, you can change how big and how thick it looks and the color. And then all you would do is you would just add in a blank text box. So once again, it's the simple fact that you now know what you're supposed to label, what it's pointing at, and you can just click and drag in your label that way. You can keep track of kind of what your kids know and what they don't know. Big tip is, and we talked about this way back at the beginning of the year, is when you are doing these labeling activities or anything with your Google Drawings or Google Docs, make sure that they make a copy for themselves so that it's only them manipulating the graphic and it's not 25 kids all moving around on the same thing. So really, really important. So labeling activity, really, really simple. Another thing that you can use to assess your kids or just another thing that you can incorporate using Google Drawings.